and Khaybar missiles towards Israel. The Israeli army launches raids on the southern suburbs of Beirut, and Hezbollah announces targeting a military gathering near the town of Khiam and issues a warning to Israeli border towns to evacuate. And Omani oil price continues to rise and exceeds $100 per barrel. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. In light of the current developments in the region, the Foreign Ministry, in coordination with the relevant authorities in the Sultanate of Oman, has continued implementing the necessary arrangements to facilitate the return of Omani citizens who are currently outside the country. Within this framework, a group of citizens arrived safely in the homeland today after their transfer from the Islamic Republic of Iran was facilitated. This was coordinated with the embassies of the Sultanate of Oman in Tehran and Ankara, as well as the relevant authorities in the Republic of Azerbaijan, as part of organized transfer arrangements by land and air that ensured the safety and the smoothness of their movement. Meanwhile, groups of citizens arriving from the Gulf Cooperation Council GCC countries also reached the homeland safely through land borders crossings. The Foreign Ministry affirms that its efforts continue around the clock in coordination with the relevant authorities and Omani embassies abroad to facilitate the gradual return of citizens in a manner that ensures their security and safety. Several Gulf Cooperation Council GCC countries have dealt with further attacks on their territories. Saudi Arabia announced today that it intercepted 3 drones northeast of the capital Riyadh. Kuwait confirmed that its forces intercepted a missile attack, noting that the interception resulted in some debris causing limited material damage but no casualties. Bahrain announced that it extinguished a fire at an oil refinery caused by a missile attack, indicating that no injuries were reported. Meanwhile, the Qatari Ministry of Defense announced that its air defenses intercepted a missile attack. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian says a number of countries have begun mediation efforts to halt the war and rising tensions in the region. Pezeshkian said Tehran's position is clear, reaffirming its commitment to working towards lasting peace across the region. At the same time, he stressed that Iran will not hesitate to defend its dignity and sovereignty. The Israeli army continues to launch airstrikes against several Iranian cities, including the capital Tehran. Media sources reported that several people were killed in a missile attack on the city of Shiraz in southern Iran. Airstrikes also targeted areas east and in central Tehran, one of which hit a residential building, according to media outlets in central Tehran. Missile attack also targeted 2 military centers in Qom province. For its part, the U.S. military said it has sunk more than 30 Iranian warships so far, including a drone carrier that caught fire. In response, Iran launched several missiles and drones towards Israel, with explosions heard in Tel Aviv and surrounding areas. According to media reports, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps IRGC announced the launch of its 20th wave of attacks using Khaybar missiles. The IRGC also announced targeting Ben Gurion Airport and an air base in the same area in recent hours. Meanwhile, media reports indicated that the Israeli military detected missiles and drones launched by Iran and activated its defense systems to intercept them. Israel and Hezbollah continue exchanging attacks along the Lebanese front. The Israeli army announced it had carried out intensive airstrikes on several Lebanese towns in an escalation that raises concern about the confrontation expanding and worsening humanitarian consequences. Lebanese media say Israeli warplanes launched more than 12 strikes targeting towns including Sarifa, Aita, Al-Sha'b, Majd al-Silm in southern Lebanon, damaging a number of buildings. The death toll in Lebanon has risen to more than 123 people since the start of the clashes began. Meanwhile, Hezbollah says it fired rockets and artillery toward Israeli army positions near the border, targeting a gathering of military vehicles advancing towards the town of Belda. The group also warned residents of Israeli border towns to evacuate as thousands of Lebanese flee areas near the front lines. Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs Sergei Lavrov said Moscow continues to do its utmost to stop the war and escalation in the Middle East region. He stated that Russia continues dialogue with the strategic partners and will do its utmost to work with the other peace-loving members of the international community, including in the Security Council and the United Nations General Assembly. He added that he does not know the extent of moral and political support that these measures will bring, but Russia must do everything it can to ensure that this peace-loving voice, the voice of the overwhelming majority of the international community, is heard. The price of Oman oil broke to $100 per barrel today, reaching $100 and 31 cents for May delivery. Oman oil prices recorded an increase today of $5 and 84 cents. It's worth noting that the monthly average price of Omani crude oil for March delivery stood at $62 and 17 cents per barrel, an increase of 8 cents compared to the price of February delivery. Student companies from higher education and schools are participating in the Students' Companies Exhibition 2026, organized by Injaz Oman at the Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. Here is a report on that.
About 70 student companies from higher education and schools are participating in the Student Companies Exhibition 2026, organized by Injaz Oman at the Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. Participants showcased their innovative and creative ideas, products, and projects in the fields of technology, industry, and sustainability.
Basically, I'm the COO of the company Vera. And what we're doing is that we are converting your 2D normal video calls into a 3D hologram. We're saving you the travel expenses for like a very important meeting. And so you're going to be there that you're physically present, but actually you're not there. You're at your home and you're in your comfort.
Injaz Oman aims through this competition program to empower students towards entrepreneurial work by establishing and managing student companies with capital and an administrative, financial, and functional structure. This initiative helps in refining and developing the individual and collective skills that any entrepreneurial project relies on, supported by encouragement from trainers in the private sector.
The company program and competition is one of Injaz Oman's signature programs. It falls under entrepreneurship, and students from all across universities and colleges come in with a product, with an idea that's further developed into a product or a service that's marketed during this exhibition. And then towards the end of the competition, students go on to compete for the Best Student Company Award.
This year, Injaz Oman is celebrating 20 years since its establishment, following a journey of growth and development in entrepreneurship programs financial literacy, and labor market readiness. Through these efforts, they contributed to empowering thousands of students and youth through different programs, initiatives, and entrepreneurial content.
Now to the governorate of Ibri. In the historic town of Ibri, the spirit of Ramadan is beautifully reflected in gatherings that bring communities together. More details in the following report. Across the Sultanate of Oman, the blessed month of Ramadan continues to bring communities together in moments of faith, generosity, and unity. Here in Ibri, at the historic Harat al-Shanadid, where the fragrance of heritage fills the narrow alleys and ancient walls, echo stories of generations. People gathered at the iftar ground to break their fast collectively, a beautiful moment of unity and gratitude. Families, relatives, and friends shared iftar together, exchanging not only food, but also the warmth of brotherhood and the blessings of this sacred month. After the Maghrib prayer, people are seen exchanging conversations and enjoying refreshments as young and old stood together in a warm community atmosphere. The gathering also featured Quran recitation and competition sessions, along with other activities that brought everyone together in a spirit of faith, learning, and joy.
In this gathering today, it was an amazing and a spectacular gathering. We used to do it every year, but this year it was different. It was in another level. And this is not something new. This is what our parents and grandparents used to do.
It is a very great gathering, alhamdulillah, and old man, younger people, and children all gathering together, having the iftar after Maghrib prayer.
This is really a great opportunity and occasion for our children to meet together, and they know each other more. And they are, as you can see, they are very happy and talking to each other about their daily life and how is Ramadan and the schedule of the Ramadan with them.
I'm very happy enjoying in the iftar all together, meeting with the people.
I'm so happy at this beautiful gathering with our community, which includes cousins and friends having iftar.
Such moments reflect the true spirit of Ramadan, where tradition, devotion, and community come together in compassion, generosity, and togetherness. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. A group of citizens arrived in the homeland from the Gulf Cooperation Council countries and the Islamic Republic of Iran via air and land ports. Israeli airstrikes target Iranian sites in the cities of Tehran, Shiraz, and Qum, and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard announces the launch of drones and Khaybar Shekan missiles towards Israel. The Israeli army launches raids on the southern suburbs of Beirut, and Hezbollah announces targeting a military gathering near the town of Khiam and issues a warning to Israeli border towns to evacuate. And Omani oil price continues to rise and exceeds $100 per barrel. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. And as Ramadan unfolds with the prayer and reflection, may wisdom and compassion lead our world towards peace. Good night.